Hey folks, you know, most people think retirement gets easier the moment they stop working. But here's the truth no one really prepares you for. The first 2 years of retirement, they're often the hardest. Not because you failed, not because you didn't plan, but because retirement, it's a bigger adjustment than anyone really wants to admit. You know, if you're retired, you're close to it, and you feel unsettled, you feel uncertain, or even a little disappointed. Let me say this. That's normal, folks. Millions of retirees go through the same thing quietly. They just don't talk about it. Today I want to walk you through what really happens in the first couple years and why things usually get better. You know, no one tells you this, but retirement, it often comes with emotional whiplash. You know, one day you feel free, the next day you feel lost. You go from a structured schedule, clear responsibilities being needed, to suddenly having too much open space. Even if you want to retire, your brain says, what am I supposed to be doing now? Am I wasting time? Why don't I feel as relaxed as I thought I would? This doesn't mean retirement's wrong for you, folks. It means your identity is adjusting. And adjustment, folks, it takes time. Here's another surprise. Even retirees who planned well, they often feel more anxious about money in the first couple of years. Why? Because you flipped the switch. You've gone from earning to spending, from saving to withdrawing. And that just feels unnatural at first. You know, you may catch yourself thinking, should I really be spending this? What if something goes wrong? What if I live longer than my money? This is exactly where many people panic, unnecessarily. You know, the truth is, confidence around money usually grows after you see your plan survive real life. Here's a quick pause though. Folks, if you're planning retirement or you're already in it and you want clarity instead of, constant stress, subscribe to the channel. That's exactly what we talk about here. You know, another thing no one warns you about, it just feels strange. Your days blur together, weekends lose meaning completely. You might feel busy yet unproductive. That's because work used to organize time for you. You know, in retirement, you have to relearn how to pace your days. Give time meaning. Enjoy doing things slowly, without guilt. Folks, this doesn't happen overnight. Most retirees say it takes at least a year or two before time feels like a gift instead of a problem. This part surprises people the most, though. At some point in the first 2 years, many retirees think, did I retire too early? Should I have waited at least one more year? Did I make a mistake? Let me be very clear here. Second guessing does not mean you were wrong. It means you're human. Adjusting to a major life change, almost every big transition brings doubt with it. Here's the good news, and this matters. For most people, something shifts after their first year or two. Money fears quiet down, routines start to form, confidence grows, peace replaces urgency. You stop asking yourself, am I doing retirement right? And you start thinking, wow, this is starting to work for me. That's when retirement becomes less about surviving and more about living. So if you're in the early years of retirement, remember this. You're not behind, you're not failing, and you're not alone. You're adjusting. And adjustment, folks, it takes time. So if this video helped, I recommend watching this one next. The biggest money fear retirees never say out loud. I think it builds perfectly on what we talked about today. And if you want honest conversations about retirement, without the hype, without a bunch of pressure, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Folks, I'd like to thank you for being here, and y'all take real good care of yourselves. I'll talk to you later.